You know, a lot of these seniors have to go out for their final game and everything, so this is an opportunity for the whole team, obviously, with the big noon kickoff and the dip at night and all that, but what can you say about the 22 guys that are gonna walk out there for the last time?
Yeah, special group of guys. I mean, it's under this program. You know, they've stuck through, you know, the good times and the bad. You know, a lot of them. A couple of them have transferred in and have made a huge impact on this team. So very grateful for those guys and the relationships that I built with them. It's gonna be sad, obviously, a sad time, but exciting time. You know, one last nip at night with these guys, and you know, hopefully send them out the right way.
Coach said BYU is expecting to play a lot of man again. Do you change your mindset? Do you just play looser, or how do you build confidence through this weekend into that game, knowing you're facing kind of a similar challenge?
You know, we kind of expected it. We expect, you know, from the Utah game on, kind of what we were going to get. And, you know, going back, there's a couple of decisions I went back, but overall, I thought, you know, decision making for the most part was pretty good. Some unfortunate, you know, mishaps and a couple of missed throws, but you know, at the end of the day, it's just you just got to go out there and cut loose, and whatever happens, happens. And you know, we got to take that with that mindset this week, and you know, leave it all out there. And I think we'll like what the result is at the end of the day.
Brendan, obviously, Saturday night is the first nip at night in 2 years. You haven't got to experience it yet yourself, but what have you heard about the environment on Saturday night? Obviously, big noon kickoff, top 10 team. What have you heard about the environment for Saturday?
Yeah, heard that it's you know, obviously a great environment, and with big noon, should be a really good time. So should be really loud. Got a really good team coming in here. We're a really good team, so we got to find a way to, you know, battle and find a way to win this one for the fans. Should be a really good environment, and definitely be a fun one and a big one for us.
So my eyesight's good enough to read your shirt there, Bear Raid. Is there any significance to that by chance, given Mr. Bachmeyer and just if you guys are kind of similar?
No, nothing really to do with him. Obviously, he is a great player, like you just said, and you know, really talented, and really impressed with what he's doing right now, especially as a young guy. But no, we just joked about it in the off season about being the kind of integrated offense, and then somebody had called it Bear Raid, so then we just started to roll with it. But nothing really too significant about it. Definitely nothing to do with those guys, but definitely excited for the opportunity.
Brendan, I want to ask you about the human side of this, because the last 2 games you've had some struggles which pale in comparison to what you did through the first 8 games of this season. How much do you think about how last year the season kind of unraveled through the last month of the season, and how has Coach Satterfield helped you like understand this is a new season, this is a new team, to not let it happen again this season?
That just goes back to off season. You know, we had lost, you know, similar to the last week, you know, we lost a close one that we had a chance to win, and you know, going back to last season, that happened pretty much the entire way down the stretch. But we got to find a way to not let it affect us, not even let that thought creep into our mind, and finish out the season strong. We're still, you know, in a much better situation than we were last year. So we just got to go out and cut loose and just have fun and make the most of this opportunity. You know, there's only limited opportunities left for a lot of these guys, so we got to go out there and make the most of it.
How's the ankle?
The ankle's actually in a pretty good spot, so obviously it got rolled up on, but being in a pretty good spot to do whatever I need to do on Saturday.
I'm assuming there was no chance you were going to come out.
No, especially whenever, you know, Aaron had taped it up like he did, so, you know, props to him. They did a good job of getting me ready to go back out there. Obviously it was pretty painful, but was able to get the game finished.
Can you explain how a running back like Evan Pryor can help you guys against man? Like, is that just someone you can give the ball to and make plays and maybe get a first down, or is there anything else that he can specifically help with?
It's really just that, you know, just an experienced guy that's obviously been in this situation for a few years now. It knows kind of like what we expect, and like you just said, another playmaker that can go out there and help us find ways to move the chains and put points on the board.
Obviously, speaking on BYU's defense, another top defensive team in the country, led by Jack Kelly, the linebacker with 7 sacks on the season. What stands out to you about this defense, Brendan?
Really physical, really disciplined, and You know, they're not too complex, but they do what they do really well, and there's a reason that they have as much success as they do. And, you know, they got a bunch of talented guys that go out there and play hard and physical, so, gonna be a really tough challenge for us, but we're excited for it.
Last two, Scott and Keegan.
Hate to let you go without a Joe Royer question. Looking at last year, do you see on tape, is the defense that drastically different from the way it was covered last year to this year? Obviously, you got the notoriety, everybody knows about him this year, and I know he's being doubled. Is that what you're seeing?
You know, even if teams are trying to take him away, we still gotta find a way to get him the ball. And we all know that in this building, and we're gonna find a way to try to continue to get him the ball. It's also just a matter of we gotta get the pass game going in general. I've said it the past few weeks, but it's not like we're producing really as a pass game right now in general. We gotta find a way to get him the ball to help us get that going. But, you know, it all starts with me obviously being able to distribute the ball accurately, and I think the more that we can obviously get the drives going and move the chains, and we'll get more plays naturally, we'll get more pass opportunities, and Joe will have more opportunities as well. So it all starts with me, so definitely gonna do a better job of that.
How much are you challenging yourself as a leader to lead guys on offense, but also guys on both sides of the ball through this and try to finish 9-3, because 9-3 is a lot better than 7.
Yeah, I agree with you there. You know, maybe the smartest thing you've ever said, Keegan. So, you know, we just gotta go out there and like I said, just have fun. You know, whenever this team's playing free and, you know, we're out there playing for each other, we're a pretty good team, so. And we look back at the losses that we have had, and it's just, you know, us shooting ourselves in the foot a lot. So if we find a way to clean up those mistakes, I think we'll like where we are at the end of the year. But really, we just gotta go out there and cut loose and play free and, you know, just go out there and have fun. I think we'll like where we are.
Cool. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate y'all.